Jeremiah chapter 38. Then Shephatiah, the son of Mattan, Gedaliah, the son of Pashur, Jucal, the son of Shelemiah, and Pashur, the son of Malchiah, heard the words that Jeremiah had spoken to all the people. He said, "This is what the Lord says, those who remain in this city will die by the sword, famine, and pestilence. But those who go out to the Chaldeans will live, they will have their lives as a prize and live. This city will certainly be given into the hand of the king of Babylon's army, and they will capture it." The princes then said to the king, "Please let this man be put to death, for he is weakening the morale of the warriors who remain in this city and discouraging all the people by speaking such words to them. This man is not seeking the well-being of the people, but their harm." King Zedekiah replied, "Very well, he is in your hands. The king can do nothing to oppose you." So they took Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malchiah, the son of Hammelech, which was in the court of the prison. They let Jeremiah down with ropes, but there was no water in the cistern, only mud. So Jeremiah sank into the mud. Now Ebed-melech the Ethiopian, one of the eunuchs in the king's palace, heard that Jeremiah had been put into the cistern. The king was sitting at the Benjamin gate. So Ebed-melech went out of the palace and said to the king, "My lord the king, these men have acted wickedly in all they have done to Jeremiah the prophet. They have cast him into the cistern, and he is likely to die there from hunger, since there is no more bread in the city." Then the king commanded Ebed-melech the Ethiopian, "Take from here 30 men with you, and lift Jeremiah the prophet out of the cistern before he dies." So Ebed-melech took the men with him and went to the palace, beneath the treasury, to get some old rags and worn-out clothes. He let them down by ropes to Jeremiah in the cistern. Ebed-melech the Ethiopian said to Jeremiah, "Put these worn-out rags and clothes under your armpits under the ropes." So Jeremiah did. They pulled Jeremiah up with the ropes and lifted him out of the cistern, but he remained in the court of the guard. Then King Zedekiah sent for Jeremiah the prophet, and received him at the third entrance of the Lord's temple. The king said to Jeremiah, "I am going to ask you something, don't hide anything from me." Jeremiah replied to Zedekiah, "If I tell you, you will surely kill me. Besides, if I give you advice, you will not listen to me." However, King Zedekiah swore secretly to Jeremiah, "As the Lord lives, who gave us this life, I will not kill you or hand you over to these men who want to take your life." So Jeremiah said to Zedekiah, "This is what the Lord, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, says, if you indeed surrender to the officers of the king of Babylon, then you will live, this city will not be burned down, and you and your household will survive. But if you do not surrender to the officers of the king of Babylon, then this city will be handed over to the Chaldeans. They will burn it down, and you yourself will not escape their hand." King Zedekiah replied to Jeremiah, "I am afraid of the Jews who have defected to the Chaldeans, for they may hand me over to them, and they will abuse me." "They will not hand you over," Jeremiah replied. "Obey the voice of the Lord in what I am telling you, so it may go well for you and you can live. But if you refuse to surrender, this is the word that the Lord has shown me. All the women who remain in the palace of the king of Judah will be brought out to the officials of the king of Babylon. Those women will say, 'They misled you and overcame you, those trusted friends of yours. Your feet sank into the mire, and they deserted you.' They will bring out all your wives and children to the Chaldeans, and you yourself will not escape their hand. You will be seized by the hand of the king of Babylon, and this city will be burned down." Then Zedekiah said to Jeremiah, "Let no one know about these words, and you will not die. But if the officials hear that I have spoken with you and come to you and say, 'Tell us what you said to the king, don't hide anything from us, and we won't kill you.' Also, what did the king say to you? Tell them, 'I was bringing a petition before the king not to return me to the house of Jonathan to die there.'" All the officials did come to Jeremiah and questioned him. He reported the exact words to them the king had commanded. So they stopped speaking with him, since the conversation had not been overheard. Jeremiah remained in the courtyard of the guard until the day Jerusalem was captured, and he was there when it was captured.